please bear in mind that you may have to chuck a load of stuff out because there is no coming back. However, sunlight helps a lot because it's UV light, which is a disinfectant, and obviously the UV light breaks things down. Now, the problem with that, of course, is that it might break down the thing quicker than it breaks down the mice urine. So the very first thing to do is put a pair of effing gloves on. Gloves. You glove up. And whenever you come out the attic, you throw the gloves. Now, go through anything that can be thrown, throw it away. Just chuck it. Pet enzyme spray contains bacteria and enzymes that will munch away at the urine residue and break it down. When you put it on, it does take a while to work because obviously the bacteria need to work their way through it, and it can stink of ammonia shortly afterwards, so please Google the ammonia cycle so you understand what's going on. However, like I said, you may need to chuck a load of stuff out. Things like miniature items in a doll's house, sometimes you can vacuum them carefully, have a good look. I would buy a UV light. I've got one that I use. I collect uranium glass that glows and I use it for that, but it's quite useful for shining over and seeing how bad urine contamination is. Some of the smell of mouse actually is not as bad as you think it is, where you think it is. For example, when we first moved here, I had a rat living in my shed. I did not know I had a rat move in. It was cold. Needed somewhere to live. And when I uncovered where the rat had been, it really smelled. And I'm like, oh shit, I've got to get rid of all this stuff. In fact, what it was all the bedding where they'd chewed up a load of paper and stuff to make a lovely cosy nest. That smelled. So once I'd gloved up and I'd got rid of all of that and I'd pulled everything out and I looked with my light, the contamination was very localised, so I didn't have to get rid of much as I wanted. However, cold and UV will kill a lot of bacteria. So optimally what you can do is clean things up, get rid of anything that can be got rid of that contaminated, look for contamination, bin that, get rid of it, really vacuum, clean, wash, spritz with enzyme cleaner, but obviously that's wet. It contains water and stuff, so I mean it's not perfect. It can't be used on some delicate items because you can't get them wet at all. Put them in sunlight. Sunlight can deteriorate things like antique dolls' houses with the paper and stuff. It can be really disappointing. But the 3 steps are, if it's dry and cold, which it is somewhere, if it's well below freezing, it's dry. If it's -6 out, it's dry. Chuck things outside for a few days in a really, really cold. That can help a bit. Brush them with the dry brush to get dust and all stuff that might be contaminated off. Have another look under UV light and see. Put them in brilliant sunlight for a day. See what that does. But yeah, mainly just be careful what you decide to clean and keep, because